Need a meal that's ready in 30 minutes or less and healthy? I got you covered. This is what I call a BYOS, or Bring Your Own Sauce Fryup. Why your own sauce? Easy. We always seem to have just a little of this or a little of that left over, so here's a way to use it up. Now for some ingredients. For today's fry-up, I have 20 Brussels sprouts. You can use cabbage if you prefer, or broccoli, or cauliflower, or any or all of those. I'm also using black beans. While black beans are arguably higher in nutrient content than other beans, any bean will work, even chickpeas and lentils. Assume a half cup of dry beans per person, or about half a can if you're using canned beans. I make my beans in the Instant Pot and make enough to last for a few days. By the way, if you're using canned beans, make sure they're low sodium. Too much salt is not a good thing. Beans are essential to this dish as they are the main protein source and, like the song goes, beans are good for your heart. Next up is alliums, also known as onions and garlic. If you really hate them, you can leave them out, but try not to. Alliums are a great anti-inflammatory and have been said to have anti-aging properties as well. I use half an onion and 2 to 3 cloves of garlic per serving. Bell peppers. Red is best, but they're all good, rich in vitamin C, and they add a nice flavor component to the dish. I use half a pepper per serving. Mushrooms. Absolute superfood. Mushrooms literally can prevent cancer. I kid you not. Add 3 to 5 medium mushrooms per serving. Carrots, optional. I don't always add them, but when I do, I use a half carrot per serving. They are rich in vitamins and nutrients and add color and texture to the dish. Spinach, or really any leafy green. It's another superfood you do not want to leave out. Any green will do, and I use about 1 to 2 cups per serving. Green beans. I love green beans. Another great protein source and great texture, as well as being a nutrient-rich food. I put cut green beans into a small pot of water and bring that to a boil for 2 to 3 minutes to soften them before adding to the dish. Let me put them on the stove right now, actually. Some other things you can add are like asparagus, green beans, celery, peas, tomatoes, pretty much any vegetable you can think of. Zucchini is another really good one, and yellow squash, we love to add those. Pretty much any vegetable you can think of can go into this, no problem. To get started, I'm gonna take a nonstick pan. I'm gonna turn up the heat to about medium high on my stove that goes to 10, that's like a 7-ish. And literally, I'm gonna put everything into the pan. Well, everything except for the green beans, the spinach, and the black beans. I do wanna add the spinach once we get cooking a little bit going, and the black beans are already cooked, so they just really need to be heated up. Okay, so once this gets into the pan, I just want to stir it around a little bit. I like to use tongs. There's plenty of moisture here to get the cooking going, and we are going to be cooking without oil today because there's just no need for oil in this dish. It's excess fat. I try to keep my fats to 30 grams to 40 grams absolute maximum per day, so it's just not needed for this dish. If things start to stick, which they're not, you can just add a couple of drops of vegetable broth to get them to move around again. After 2 to 3 minutes has passed, that's when you want to get out your strainer and strain those green beans. Once your green beans are strained, add them to the concoction. And of course, mix through. So what we're looking for is just a little bit of color on some of the veg, and we want these onions to soften up. Generally speaking, cooking takes almost 15 minutes tops, so this is a very, very quick meal. Really, it's all about the prep, and if you notice, things are cut fairly large. I just cut the Brussels sprouts in half. The mushrooms are just quartered. You don't have to get too fancy with it. I like it to be a little bit rustic. I want to have a bite to bite into. All right, now that it's ready, let me just spoon some into a bowl here. Yes, this feeds 2. Just because I'm feeling a little fancy today, I have 3 basil leaves fresh off of our arrow garden that I'm just gonna kind of tear up and drop on top. And they're just gonna wilt with the heat of that. And today, I think I'm gonna go with a little bit of white vinegar, just a good splash on top, and Heinz Simply tomato ketchup. Now, I know the ketchup sounds really funky and weird, but if you think about it, people put ketchup on all sorts of things. Potatoes, some people put them on eggs. I mean, I don't eat eggs anymore, but I used to put ketchup on my eggs. And that is how much I use. Just a couple of tablespoons, not a big deal. Looking at the ingredients here, that was maybe 40 or 50 calories. That's it, no big deal. Not anything to really worry about. And I don't do this every single day. I change it up, you know? So there you have it, a great tasting, healthy meal ready in 30 minutes or less that you can do after work on a weeknight. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching and have a great day.